Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It is Vlogmas day 4. I'm off work today, so I'm hanging out with Finley. He's currently napping. So I am cleaning up the house, putting the bottles up, cleaning the baby Brezza. If you ever have a baby, can't live without these two things. It's our bottle washer and our formula dispenser, and they're a lifesaver. So me and Finley are going to go get some of Desi's Christmas presents today while she's working. So I might take you guys along, or I'll probably forget. So we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Mom's about to take Finley on an outing. Look at how cute. To go Christmas shopping for me. So I have to stay here. I don't think I took it out of the car. You might want to check. Don't throw up. You're safe. You're gonna need this passy in there with you though.
Who's that? Me and Finley are hanging out at Costco. Want anything to get? But they didn't have it.
I love you, Finley. Let's get a little morning jam. Like this. Alright, so I'm playing with Finley a little bit before I have to go to work and go to another meeting. And hopefully he'll take a nap. But Finley is 4 months old. It's about to be his first Christmas. And if I was going to tell anybody something that's maybe a mother watching this, for starters, I have not slept since probably 8 months pregnant. Simply because like your 9th month or getting close to your 9th months, he was kicking, I couldn't sleep. I just had insomnia really bad. And then I see all these other moms that are like, oh, my kid slept throughout the night. And I'm like, hush. Do not talk to me because our kid has yet to sleep through the night. The closest that we've gotten is a few nights he's only woken up around like 2-ish. He eats and then he goes directly to bed. But here's the thing that they don't tell you when it comes to those nightly feeds. So you're going to wake him up. We do not unswaddle him. We were when he was littler changing him to make sure he stayed really dry, but he's good now. So he lays down around 7:30. We do not dream feed him because we tried doing it and he still woke up around that time. So then we were up twice. Yeah. So now we just wait and let him wake us up, which is what our pediatrician told us to do. You'll wake him up. You'll feed him, which only takes about 10 minutes tops. And then from there, you have to hold him up correctly for Finley. We hold him vertical for 15 minutes. And you're just like sitting there staring at the clock going, when is this 15 minutes going to go by? Then you set him down and you hope that it's all good and he'll go back to sleep. So we've had that happen maybe 4 times in his life. And he was doing so good. And then we had our 4-month regression in our end of our 3-month where every 2 hours we were awake. The passy would fly out of his mouth, which it's crazy because sometimes he sleeps with it, sometimes he doesn't. We've started pulling it away from him, but I like it because it can reduce SIDS. But yeah, he started waking up every 2 hours and wanted that pacifier put back in his mouth because he had spit it out. He obviously he can't put it back in his mouth. He can bring it to his mouth, but he chews on the side of it and then gets really mad. So that's our struggle. Still currently happening. I think he woke up twice last night and then once to eat. So twice I did not shove the passy back. I went and touched his face and like shushed him. We have the cradle rise crib, which can bounce him to put him back to sleep, but it doesn't work with any monitoring system. So a Nanit band and Owlet, it won't work. It'll set both of those kind of off or give you false readings because it's moving him when he's not really moving. But we do like it. It's great for naps. We did start moving him into his own room for naps because we're slowly going to do that. He sleeps pretty dang well for naps for me. Sometimes he'll only give me like 20 or 30 minutes, but if I come in here and soothe him or leave him for about 5 to 6 minutes and let him kind of, if he's not crying, he whines. I'll just leave him alone and he'll put himself back to sleep. Now, if he's crying, Finley will hit a verge of crying so hard that he like is red and stops breathing, and I'm not here for that. So I am not a big cried out person, which is funny because my new boss, she was telling me, she was like, my pediatrician, when obviously her kid's like my age, she was like, he told me let her cry it out. I woke up and she had thrown up. And she's like, I felt so bad. And that's where I'm like, no, I will not let Finley cry it out. He's my baby. Which a lot of people say that that works. It's that first kid syndrome. You don't want it to happen. So yeah, Finley, 4 months and like 4 days old. Just so you know, I did not know anything about milestones. So they tell you in the hospital they'll feed 8 times a day up to 24 ounces when they're born. And Finley had really bad jaundice. So our pediatrician was like, keep feeding him around the clock to try to wash this out. A lot of people say put him in front of a window. Never did we even get told that. It was more of a flush it out, the Billy Ribbon. So we did that. We're all good. And then Finley just expected it. So that's where I think our sleeping kind of went weird. But at 4 months, Finley drinks 5 to 6 ounces. We were doing every 3.5 hours, but we're trying to let him start telling us. So yesterday he did go, I think 4 hours and 10 minutes, which is good. You kind of have to schedule your sitting up time, your play time, your feed time, and your nap time all together. For example, Finley woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. He usually sleeps till 6:30 or 7. So it's almost 8. Finley's gonna want to go down for a nap pretty soon. So I've turned the music off, and he's just playing with stuff very softly. We'll turn on his overhead, or turn off his overhead light and his lamp on. Put him in his swaddle, rock him, put him in there with his sound machine, and he's usually good to go. Now, he'll nap for me this morning. My goal is usually to get an hour out of him in the morning times. It's been more of a 45-minute. But morning or midday, I'm trying to get a 2-hour nap somewhere in there just for him, because then I'm trying to keep him up a little bit longer and have shorter naps towards the end of the day. Yeah, so that he sleeps well. So he'll take his 5 to 6 ounces. I think people automatically assume you just kind of know the milestones and stuff. And even though Hannah's a nurse, she's like, I'm not a baby. I don't know that stuff. We read a lot of Moms on Call. We asked people on Facebook. And the thing is you're going to get told so many different things. The one thing that we have noticed is your kid's not a textbook. Don't think that at all. We tried very hard to stick with a schedule, but you also have to realize those schedules have to be flexible depending on what they're going through. So when Finley started attempting to roll, we had to take his arm out of the swaddle. A huge shock, because that's where grabbing the passy came from. He didn't do it before, or he didn't care before because he was strapped down. So you take one arm out, then you move to the other. He has one arm that can be out right now, and it's fine. Since he's not rolling, we're sticking with the one and then going to move to 2. We switch him up so that he's kind of getting used to it. The biggest thing they tell you is don't go back to full swaddling. So Finley is doing a good job. I think we have a pretty chill baby, you know, to not sleep. But I would rather him wake up, because I think that the night, when he actually sleeps through the night, me and Hannah are going to be like, is he breathing? Is he awake? Like, should we go wake him up? Let's check on him. And that's not, that's on us. But yeah, it's a little bit about Finley and what he's going through. And if you're a mom in the thick of it, it is hard. I'm only 2 days back at work, and I will tell you, I'm terrified to be back at work, because not just missing milestones, but I would get very overwhelmed in the earlier stages of him not wanting to nap. Now I'm like, my schedule's a little more set, so I have to make sure that I'm getting on these meetings. I'm not going to tell my wife, hey, you can't work or go to clinics. Like, she has to do that. We don't live anywhere in her family, so we're going to make it work the best that we can. My work is pretty lenient, and they love Finley. So it's all good. And other than that, I do like when it comes to corporate America and maternity and parental leave. So I only got 6 weeks maternity leave, and then I got 12 weeks parental leave, which is 18 weeks. 4 months I got off. And in those 4 months, yes, it took me probably 8 weeks to recover from birth, and I did not have a C-section, but it was hard to squat down, pick Finley up. Doing normal house things were still very hard in the beginning of that too. So I don't see how people go to work directly or right after maternity leave. And then when it came to parental leave, I just now started having hair loss, which is part of postpartum. And I did not have postpartum depression that I know of. There were days definitely that I got overwhelmed, cried, and was like, I don't know if I can do this. But I think it was because so much was going on. But let me just tell you, you do not get enough time in America when it comes to being with your baby. This baby is still attached to me constantly. I'm still figuring out my own hormones in life. And there are a lot of milestones for me and for him that are going on. And then I have to do 40 hours of work, which, welcome to the real world. Welcome to adulting in America. But I know a lot of people will tell me like, oh, here you go, welcome back. This is what real people go to. Why are we so okay with this? I have a friend who lives in the UK, and she's had her baby 4 months before me, and she is off until February. So she's getting a full year to bond with her baby and to heal herself, because when you think about it, most parents in America, a lot of moms in America will either not go back after maternity leave because it's too soon and they want to spend time with their baby, or they start to realize it's too much. They will do without things. Some people do that. I would say a lot more than I thought do that, because a lot of people have asked me, are you going to return? Well, my wife is like in school. Maybe when she finishes, but right now, no. We should not be okay with that as American citizens, because retention of employees is going to be higher. A lot of women are going to leave because they want to be with their kid when work is too much and all this, that. So I'm kind of weird when it comes to playing that if your company doesn't give you the right benefits, which luckily I'm sitting on the floor with my baby right now because I return part-time while I'm in a month of, and that's great because it's also December, so it's not super busy, and I have time with Finley at the holidays, and it's great. And he's getting all his shots, so my poor baby. Okay, enough mommy ranting. I gotta put this kid to bed and then go to work. Also, his little sleepies are gonna be here. I do not believe that Black Friday is one of those things that are like scams for some companies, and I'll tell you why. Because I ordered from Little Sleepies. I got all these for $100 when usually I can only get like 4 of these. Look at all of them. And they even had new prints. So I bought some for 6 to 12 months, even though you're only 4 months, but you're wearing 6-month clothes. So now he has all of his pajamas for the next stint of his life. And I only got one because they have rubber duckies on it, and you love bath time. He's getting so sleepy. Y'all want to see him instead of me just yapping? We gotta change your booty. Let's change your butt and go to bed. My handsome little red-headed man. Oh, dude. You see yourself? Oh my gosh, that's a workout in itself right there. I need to quit that. We're gonna join my old team's office hours. They left me all their stuff because that's my family. That's my babies. We're finally together for this Vlogmas. All right, so we are making sand. Shh. I need a recording light. And I'm going to show you that this can be done and recorded on 2 different devices. And we stop a good bit. And I can still make it to my work call. You ready, Finley? All right, so all you got to have are these brownie bites. We got ours at Walmart. Target has them too. Driscoll's strawberries, because I honestly don't know of any other strawberry company. Couldn't tell you. And the one and only Pillsbury cream cheese. Oh God, we're probably gonna get canceled for this. Have to have a cutting board, and then my wife is so nice I didn't have to use a plastic bag. So I'm gonna use a piping bag God, I almost knocked that over. A piping bag and a pipette. Make sure you cut the hole first.
And then put your pipette in before you put your icing, because she makes that mistake every time.
That's all you need. Like, this is a good, what would you say, dollar amount? $9 activity. You can also use a Ziploc. I use a Ziploc usually. Schietto. My goodness. Gonna cut this off. And you are just gonna plop your Santa hat right on there. This is a Big Daddy. I'm gonna use him last. For your Santa hat. Did it! I think if you mush them down, they look cuter. Today was a nice full day of working. I got to meet a lot of people. My hair looks like I'm extremely tired. Actually, my hair kind of looks good for it to be like day 3. But Hannah took the baby and went and ran some errands, aka my Christmas present that was sold out. And then, what else did you do?
Went to Target.
I thought I was being a good person because I texted her.
Got a drink at the Sonic.
I told her, I was like,
really good.
I got a notification that said, like, another great deal at Target because the Circle Rewards is under me. And I was like, I was a good girl and didn't even look. She said, well, I didn't buy you anything there.
I didn't get you anything at Target besides your icing bags.
So yeah, then we made some Santa hats, and I'm obsessed with making really funny, like mine was the hostess with the mimosas yesterday, so now we're going to make...
She thinks that she came up with that. I'm sure someone else has. I'm trying to intentionally cut the top of my head off because my hair looks bad.
I've never even heard it. So tomorrow it's going to be Santa's favorite ho-ho hostess. I'm sure someone said that one.